Hey there. All right. So basically on this video, I want to go over how to optimize your Google business profile. So these are the things that I look for and I do on a regular basis for my own profile um, and as well as my clients and other businesses. So the first thing that you want to look at when you're working on your Google business profile is like first you gotta be on this page. Then you want to go here to where it says edit profile, and then you want to make sure that all of these things right here are good and are filled out. So like your business name, your categories, your description, opening date. This you have to make sure that's on the past and not the future. If you set it to the future, your profile will not show. Um, Unless you're opening on a later day, which I guess in that case would be fine. Um, your website, social links, this chat thing is new, so I have to check that out. Uh, Short name, that's automatic. And then your service areas is something that you have to consider. Think of it as the areas that you can actually serve. Imagining drawing a circle around where you normally serve your customers. So I've seen profiles that say serve Georgia. So when you set it like that, you can show up really far south, maybe to the point where you can't really get there. So make sure that the narrower the circle, then the better results you will get. This also goes attached to how many reviews you have and things of that nature. So the stronger the profile, the more reach you will have. But you want to keep a small reach first and then gather a lot of reviews before starting to expand to areas where you can't normally reach. A lot of times in servicing people who have who serve make they offer services to local people, and that would not make sense to say serving Georgia and Florida if you can't serve them within like the same week and like you have to travel and do all that. So make sure that this is the cities that are closest to you. And it doesn't mean that you're not gonna show for other things. So you can also say counties, like I have Gwinnett County here. Um, so that's gonna be fine too. Your hours of operation, make sure that they're good and that they're correct. Special hour from the business. So these are ones that Google lets you put on in there, so you can say, you know, if it's Black owned, Latino owned, if it's LGBTQ friendly, all those things. You can mention them. They'll give you like different badges, and sometimes Google will give you a preference in showing your profile just because of that. So if they offer it and it applies to you, then use them. You can say if appointments are required or they're walk-ins. The service options, so like languages and things like that. All of these you want to fill out. The description, you also want to make sure that it mentions the thing you do, because you want this profile to be searchable. So when people are typing things on Google and they say for me, they say website design near me, if I don't mention websites inside of my description, then they'll probably be at a loss, right? Like Google will not figure out that this is a website designer page. So you want to make sure that you mention that as much as possible. And then for categories, this is something where I'm gonna show you something real quick here. So let's say we're looking for carpenters. um, so if you do that search and we say carpenter near me, and then we're gonna get all these results, right? And so for me, this might look a little bit different than what it would look for you. You probably won't see these things, and you won't see this thing on the side here. These are tools, and I have them up here on my tabs, and I'll show you how to get them. But they're free, and they will show you what your competition, other people are doing, so or what they have as their categories. For example, these people have 37 reviews. They're carpenter. service establishment, general contractor, and painter. So those are the categories they have. And so you can go down and see woodworker. So you can see everything that they're using on their profiles and like the amount of stars and everything. Then this one right here is my favorite because it tells me how many of my competition, like how many other people here are using certain categories. So carpenter is one. So you have to for sure have carpenter on the main category. So for me, my main category is, or the primary is, website designer. That's because when I search, that's what mine is the most common when you search here. And so carpenter is number one. Service establishment, this just shows up for everybody. That's probably like a Google internal thing. So the second one would be cabinet maker. So if that applies to your business, then that would go in there. Woodworkers number 3, general contractor number 4. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3 if they're not cabinet makers. That's depending on the business. So obviously don't put in there something that you don't do. But this should be the order. And you don't want to have like 10 of them in there. 3 or 4 are fine. The more you have, then the less likely it is for Google to show your profile, because it's just like a jack of all trades. Like they don't like that. They rather you be specialized. Okay, so how do you get these? The first one, this red one, where you can see maybe you know a competitor that's doing really well. You can go to GMB Everywhere. They're a Google extension, so you just install it and it will go up here on your Google extensions, Google Chrome extensions, and then they're showing. Then you can see them. Then Plepper, which is this one right here, the blue one. It's just plepper.com, and then the same thing. You install it, it goes in there, and it just automatically runs. So when you're doing a search, it will automatically run. You have to be doing a search on maps, and it will show you that. So that works really well. A lot of people use it, and it's been great for me. So next up, so reviews. Let me tell you about reviews. So reviews are very important, and you probably already heard that from me, from 100 different people. You want to get a lot of reviews, and you want to answer them all. And you don't want to answer them with thank you for your review, glad to hear you like it. You have to answer reviews with more wording and try to mention things that were done. You want it both ways. You want clients to say, thank you, you helped me do X, Y, and Z. Now I'm able to do this, right? Like a story that they're telling. And you want to answer in a similar fashion where you say, maybe if you don't want to share the story, you don't have to, but you can say, we are glad that you enjoy your blank service, right? So you're mentioning that the service that you offered, so that Google is considering everything that you write on your profile into the search. So if you can write what it was about, then better. And the more reviews you have, the more opportunities you get to do that. Your photos need to be both. Can be your work, your office, your people, everything that you can. So that, as you can see, I have me doing stuff in there. I have, this was a photography session, so I have that in there. I have projects that I've made. So you want to have all of those things in here. And the reason is people consider your business and the quality based on the pictures they find there. So it's very important for you to have good pictures, and so that they know what to expect, especially if they're coming into an office. They see smiling faces, they can see how the office looks on the inside, is organized and all that. They're going to take all of that into consideration. Performance is just basically how many calls, website clicks, and stuff you got, so there's nothing to optimize in there. Services. this is important. I seen 50-50 work better or sometimes not. Google will give you sometimes suggestions on what services to add, but you can also add them on your own. Once you have them, you can come in here and start adding text like this one. Web design, custom web design service for business. And so this is also something that Google will take into consideration when they are suggesting your profile, right? So if I do business cards, I can say get business cards done, blah blah blah, custom design, all these things, and then save it. And so Google is gonna consider that. So if people are looking for getting business cards done, then my profile is more likely to show up. Q&A is also good. You can do Q&A yourself. You can ask other people to do that. It's also like if you actually have a lot of frequently asked questions that people have, you can start putting them in there. You can. It's even better if you ask someone to do it for you, and then you answer, because that's just gonna like elevate your profile on top of like everybody else's. Add updates are really good too, especially if you're writing content, if you're doing blog posts, you can add those in here. So you can come in here, say add, and then add update, offer, or event. So if you're doing any of those that are related to your business, then put them in here. It just keeps the profile active, especially if you're on a business, let's say like mine, where we don't see clients every day. We may have clients like maybe 2 clients a month, 3, 4 clients a month. There are not that many, and not everybody's gonna leave a review. If you can be adding updates here often, that would improve the likeliness that your profile will show up as well. So basically it comes down to, if you use the platform, Google's gonna benefit you and show your profile more. Finally, we have ask for reviews. I'm gonna go over this one on a separate video and explain how you can use this right here, which is the link to leaving a review, and how to make that into a QR code so that you can share with your customers and use it. So again, if this video was helpful, feel free to share it, like it, and all that. So I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.